What's going on, my Nerd Army guys? Welcome to the newest episode of Exploring Comics. Today we will be focusing on Ray Palmer, the Atom. Now, this character is such an amazing character, one of my favorite members of the Legends of Tomorrow. So guys, let's snap right into this character and check out why this pint-sized hero is so amazing. Ray Palmer is a scientist that discovered a chunk of white dwarf star alloy that fell to the Earth. Eventually, he was able to make a breakthrough with the white dwarf star matter. He crafted the white dwarf star into a lens that he can use to shrink objects to an extremely tiny size. Unfortunately, they would all explode every time he'd shrink them. After many test subjects exploded, Ray decided he needed a break and decided to go on a nature walk with his fiancée Jean. While on their nature hike, they would discover a large cave and would decide they wanted to explore it. But just then, there was a massive cave-in that blocked every way that they could possibly get out. Ray was able to get away from the cave-in, but the only way he could see to get back in was an extremely small hole. Ray had brought the lens from his lab that he had been working on and decided there was no time like the present to test it on a human. He needed to rescue his fiancée and friends. Ray used the lens to shrink down to a tiny size so he can get into the cave. Once in there, he turned and used the lens to expand the hole into the cave and open it up so people could crawl out. Ray was very cautious not to use the lens for too long. He didn't want to risk exploding like all the other test items that he had shrunk. Ray had a theory that water from the cave had actually gotten onto the lens, and that's what kept him from exploding. Once he got back to his lab, he tested the theory, and it was not correct. Everything still exploded. Ray at this time figured that something within himself had prevented him from exploding. So it was him. He was the one meant to shrink. Ray would go on to invent a suit that would automatically be on him when he shrank down to a small enough size, but as he expanded and got to his normal size, the suit would become completely invisible and completely intangible. He would also at this time create a belt that would allow him to control his rate of shrinking. Also control how much he weighs when he's at a tiny size. With this equipment and these abilities, he took on the superhero name, the Atom, and started fighting crime. Now, during the Brightest Day series, they did explain Ray's reason for not exploding, and it wasn't just that he was special. The reason that they gave was the compression matrix. Now, this was a fabric that was fitted for Ray and helped spread the effects of the shrinking throughout Ray's entire body instead of on one focal point, preventing him from ever exploding or being caused any harm. Now, the New 52 would kind of crap on Ray and would make him a science officer for a group known as SHADE. But fear not, during the end of the New 52 run, Ray actually did express his interest on becoming a superhero with his shrinking ability. He would take on the name the Atom. He did help Superman at this time visit the bottled city of Kandor by helping him shrink down to go see all his family and friends. Now, DC Rebirth did really give Ray another shot. They showed him being a professor at an Ivy League school during the day and a vigilante superhero at night. Now, Ray was a member of many different teams, including the Justice League, SHADE, as I mentioned, and also during the Brightest Day series, he was also a member of the Indigo Tribe. If you're like me, you do enjoy Brandon Routh's portrayal as the Atom. I love him as Ray Palmer, hated him as Superman. I'm sorry if you love Brandon Routh as Superman, I'm sorry, I hate him. But he is an amazing Ray Palmer, does such a great job as this complex, brainy character, and I really am looking forward to everything we get to see from this character in the future. So guys, let me know what you guys thought about the history of Ray Palmer. Let me know down in the comments down below, guys, and make sure you guys like this video and subscribe to the channel so you can keep up with next time we're going to do the history of Jesse Quick. Yes, I'm going to be starting on all my speedsters and doing the history of all the different speedsters as quickly as I possibly can, guys, but we're going to start off with Jesse Quick. So let me know if there's a speedster you want to see first. Put it down in the comments below. Make your suggestion, and I will do that one for you guys. Thank you very much for tuning in to this episode of Exploring Comics, and I hope you guys return with us next time for the history of Jesse Quick. All right, guys. Peace out.